Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share good vibes and good times. Good friends and trends that bend the senses. Let's get a bit senseless. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we bring good vibes and good times. Welcome to the morning coffee show with Super Fast Tortoise. Welcome to the morning coffee show, where we have the flow. Good vibes from head to toe. Let the happiness take you in.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? How's it going? Long time no smell. How's it going?
Going okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you do the up here? We got Hillbilly here. We got Hellwheeler here. We got mugenfool here. We got KJ here. We got a roster of people here. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Ooh.
On a chat and chill Q&A day. What's up? How many times can Tortoise say what's up? You know, that's the thing, right? We got some. Lone wolf. I actually waited on that one a little bit to say lone wolf because KJ usually doesn't. I was going to let him have it. But,
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I was imbibing a drink. But good morning, Lone Wolf. How are you doing today?
Yeah. We got Mrs. Hillbilly chilling out here. Good morning, everyone. Mrs. Hillbilly. Surprisingly, we didn't see you backstage like normal in your Stitch shirt and just talk for a bit. What's up?
She's being shy today.
Oh, yeah. Shy, extremely shy.
That's right. I just woke up about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, what? You woke up 10 minutes ago. You're usually up like at, what is it, 2 a.m. in the morning?
Yeah, I stayed up pretty late and then I got nice and comfortable and oh well, I made it.
You made it.
I made it.
Everybody needs their beauty sleep.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I woke up, I got my drink, took my medicine, and went back to bed.
KJ woke up today on the right side of the pillow. It was the cool side, just like KJ. Super cool.
Yeah.
How
y'all
you do
doing?
your best.
Try to do best. And Hellwheeler over there. Hello, kitty cat lady. How's it going?
It's going all right. The coffee is slow brewing.
Yeah.
Waiting to squidge it.
You know what they say, staring at a percolating pot never perks faster.
Right.
I thought the more I stared at it, the faster it worked. I thought that's how it worked. No wonder I'm getting it wrong.
Cane Shaker, what's up? Morning coffee people. Cane Shaker.
Hey, Cane Shaker, what's happening, man?
Did you get your milk today, Cane Shaker?
Shaking that cane.
And Coogee Dude has mail coming to his house. It should be tomorrow or something.
Yeah, did you get your package yet?
No, not yet. Probably today.
Probably today. Yep. That'd be cool, man.
Yeah.
Wait.
Woo-woo.
Woo-hoo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, last night I was thinking I got a beer mug that I got. You've seen it. You probably don't remember, but I got a beer mug that when I was in Germany at Ramstein when they were doing the transition between the F4s and F16s. I got I got a celebration mug, and I've had a long time. I'm going to pass it along to Tortoise.
Nice.
I've been
Is
thinking
it a
about
sign or a mug?
it's a mug. It's about. I remember the one I gave you.
Yeah, the sign.
Yeah, it's about the same size as that.
Kenny Chick said, "Did you hear that Sly Stone passed away a few days
Yeah,
ago?"
I know that. I
Yeah.
did. I heard that yesterday. That's sad. He was a really good group, man.
Hmm.
Really super good. Super dude. Unfortunately, I only got one of his albums. He made many, but I only got one. I think it's from like the early 70s.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So, did you ever get your package, Cowboy?
No, I did not.
You did not.
I did not. We will talk about it later. It's not a big deal. What I'm gonna do is maybe you might be able to send me a list of the songs on there, and I'll redub it.
Okay. Well, some of these songs, I don't know. That's very disappointing. I'll after the show, I'll check it again.
Yeah.
Check.
Check it. Trying to be DJs and KJs all over the place here.
Uh-huh.
We're going to create some music. In fact, one of the things we're going to start implementing in the show is random call out to songs. We're going to start singing the songs like they do in musicals. Like Hillbilly will start a lyric and Coochie Dude will jump in. KJ will start tapping his feet. And mugenfool will start humming, and will just like take over the center
Isn't
stage.
that just mean to him?
Wow.
KJ's going to start tapping his feet. He doesn't have any feet.
You lose your audience right away. Wow.
Right.
Really? That's what I was thinking.
Fair enough, Hillbilly.
I'm
Fair
like-
enough.
KJ's singing has not scared away my audience yet. And they always seem to get inflicted with his singing within about 10 minutes, the poor crowd.
We share the same audience.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know, and I'm still sat there going, I'm so sorry, chat. I can't mute him. I can't do anything. I mean, I'm in England. I can't go, mute the guy that's all the way over in America. There's only a certain amount I can do.
Trust me, from experience, it's hard to shut an American up. They just talk, bitch, moan.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Now he's singing.
Got that
I'm
for
just
two. What's up?
Right. Howdy.
Howdy.
So
Hey.
last night I got a lot of compliments on my voice last night.
Oh
Just
yeah.
saying.
Well, yeah.
Just saying, I got a lot of compliments.
KJ can carry a tune for 2 feet.
It's better than a shower that tries to sing in Johnny Cash song but can't sing.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly a reference, but I'm not going to say what to.
Johnny Cash.
Like, well, I've heard KJ sing Johnny Cash, and trust me, it sounds like you're in the Ring of Fire.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'm kidding. That was a joke. So
Yeah,
today's a chat and chill question day. If you got questions, we'll answer them. We're gonna chat and chill like we're doing now. You know, Wednesdays and Fridays are the chat and chill days. Wednesdays are more directed for questions and answering. Secret is we kind of answer your questions at any day, every day. But this is a day. This is one of those relaxing days, and trust me, after yesterday, I had a big project that took several hours that exhausted me. I could use this kind of day today. But yeah, one thing was going through my mind because remember last week, a few days ago, we were talking about movies that were low key bad, but we really liked.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a movie my wife liked that I even thought was bad, but I still like the movie. It's still watchable. It's just not as entertaining as like what you'd expect. And it's a callback because I saw a meme the other day. People were saying Jurassic Park make this dinosaur and make it look the same with what they're doing with Jurassic World Rebirth. And that was the 1998 Godzilla movie.
Ooh. Is that was it Island? I can't remember.
98. Was that with what's his name? Ferris
98 was a
Bueller?
year.
Yeah, well, the guy looks like Ferris Bueller at least.
No, that was Matthew Broderick, I believe. That was in that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Matthew Broderick, Maria Patillo, John Reno, Hank Azaria, Vicki Lewis, Doug Savant. I don't know half these people.
Yeah.
I'm just naming names off of the list here. But yeah, I like even though I didn't think the movie was amazing, I always liked the design of the Godzilla in that movie. And it was designed in Utah. It was a really good design. It just wasn't a Godzilla design, but it'd be an interesting dinosaur for sure.
You know why people didn't like that Godzilla? There are 3 reasons why people didn't like that Godzilla. First of all, people were like, it's not the Godzilla that I grew up with. You grew up with a man in a suit stomping on a miniature. Yeah, but it was really cool. The thing about that Godzilla in 98 is it was the first Godzilla film to feature any kind of CG animation whatsoever.
Right.
A lot of people didn't like it once again because they did change the Godzilla. He wasn't the rubber suit stepping on Lego houses.
Right.
And I think that was, a lot of people are like, I mean, if you redid the Thunderbirds and you didn't have puppets, I think people would be very upset.
Right.
Well, Thunderbirds, that's a great show.
It's just how it looks. That whole change in looks gives it that kind of uncanny feeling.
Right. It's such like the movie could have been named something totally else, like not Godzilla, and the movie would have been fine, right? Yep. But the fact that Godzilla's name on it didn't look like Godzilla, didn't taste like Godzilla, and he didn't step in Godzilla. It wasn't Godzilla to people,
But that's half the problem with a lot of these movies nowadays. If they just sat as their own standalone movies that are their own thing, they'd be great. But the studios are like, oh no, we can get more sales if we put this name on it.
Gotta use the IP.
But actually, it backfires a lot of the time because half the time that IP is just being used to sell it, and it's not actually worth it, sort of, right? When then everyone that's going to see it is going to go, well, this isn't right for the IP. And then not want to buy it. So you might as well just release the movie as its own thing. Trust in your movie.
And the 98 Godzilla spawned a cartoon that was popular for a bit. Like a real popular cartoon for kids. Kids loved it.
Yeah, it was a more popular cartoon than the 98 Godzilla movie.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Good movie. I was asked if I watched the 1960s movie The Lost World. Yes, I've seen every Lost World movie to date.
To date.
Yep.
Well, I can't say I have seen all of them, but I'm sure I've seen one.
Yeah, like it was kind of a choppy, cheapy movie, but yeah, I've seen that movie. That movie is good. Like I know I had Michael Rennie in it, David Henderson, Claude Rennis. I really don't know these actors by name, but I'm just reading off a list of actors in the movie. But yes, I've seen it.
I really liked when, like you talk about the Thunderbirds. I really liked those shows that were, I guess they were puppets.
They were marionette.
Thunderbirds was awesome. Just don't show any clips of Thunderbirds.
They did another show with puppets too. I don't remember.
Captain Scarlet.
Is that Hellwheeler?
Captain Scarlet.
Might have been, yeah.
Because that was the other one that was very similar around the work time of Thunderbirds.
Yeah, I mean they had a lot of work in that stuff.
It's a British science fiction television series created by Gary and Sullivan Anderson, filmed in their product company AP Films, and distributed by ATC Entertainment. It was filmed between 1964 and 1966 using a form of electronic marionette puppetry called Super Marionation, combined with scale model special effects sequences. 2 series, total of 32 50-minute episodes were made. Production ended with the 6th episode. So there was not a lot of episodes. Then I got to credit Wikipedia for that.
Although I would say don't ever show any clips of it, because ITV or Channel 4 will come down and say, no, you're not allowed to show this in the UK. Everywhere else, we don't care. But no, you can't show these clips in the UK.
That's right. Team America. America.
That's right.
But our previous episode of the podcast was looking at things like the wonders of Thunderbirds and Team America and all sorts. So if you missed out, the silent bit and the jump bit are because, YouTube doesn't want me to have certain things up on there. So there is a bit that had to get cut. But
Yeah,
it's still there
YouTube
on
made
my,
us mute it.
thingy. No, I actually had to cut the whole Thunderbirds clip out.
Oh, wow.
It really didn't like
Thunderbirds
the UK seeing it.
Thunderbirds are
Either
good.
that or leave it in, and then the UK couldn't see my own podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, they were great shows, man. I don't know. I don't know why they stopped making. Maybe it's too much money or technology.
If I read the whole Wikipedia, it'd probably come down to they weren't getting enough viewership, and the price of the show was probably too expensive for the day and age to make the way they were at making new scenes and everything. Because I've seen that happen. Like, there's a couple times I watched shows about you missed or you probably forgot about a long time ago YouTube shows. And some shows just ended up quitting because the viewership didn't match the price of the cost of the episode to make. So
see, that was a big problem pre-1980s. So when networks were making their own shows all around the nation before the 1980s, like you had WGN and they were making their own shows. ABC was making their own shows. All these networks were making their own shows. They weren't there. There wasn't enough product out there to go simulcast, and what they were putting out there that was picking up almost a decade worth of action was stuff that was being filmed still in black and white up until the late 1960s. Television was the last thing to like move fully out of the black and white spectrum. When you had shows like the Brady Bunch, there was more television networks out there willing to broadcast shows. So they started making their own horrible television shows, but they were really good, like Small Wonder. Horrible show, but I loved it. If you guys remember Small Wonder's about Vicky the child robot, who was invented by her dad in order to look like a real robot as part of like a emotional support child or a companion.
Yeah, I remember that show. I didn't watch it a lot, but I do remember it.
That show was creepy, but a lot of people loved it.
Have you not heard of a cat? Just go down to the local pet store, buy a cat. There you go. You've got your emotional support animal that offers you zero support when you need it.
I like that show, actually. I thought it was very good. I thought it was a very good show. I mean, you get this child that's a robot who he made the robot to look like a actual child. I mean,
it was definitely a spin-off. Not a spin-off, but it was supposed to like take on the Alf craze, like some random life form comedy kind of your thing.
It was exactly the storyline of Alf minus the alien and turn it into a child.
Right. Then they had to work around the real humanistic side of things, like explain how she aged, how they had to go through a lot of hoops to explain how she grew up with the children. So it just ended up failing because there's too much knowledge you need to know in the show for the show to actually exist. It was weird.
And the actress doesn't get enough credit for that. She grew up on television, right? I think it was like 3 seasons, and they had to make her grow twice. Once where they just he put a computer chip in her back and made her grow over for the next season, and then the first season he cranked her arm and she shot up a couple inches. It was a good show. It was kind of off-putting. It was locally made. It was made by a local television network rather than one of the big ones, and there was a reason why it couldn't compete with Alf, or even Alf couldn't compete with the other stuff that was out there, and Alf was a little bit larger with a more advanced puppet.
Well, the only thing that really shot Alf down is Alpha's owned by its own company, not the station. So when they came out with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, they got rid of Alf because it'd make more money on Fresh Prince.
Yeah, they wanted to use an IP that they can own rather than an IP that they can rent. And this is a big thing that we've been seeing in entertainment lately. So forth that Disney made an agreement with Lucas in the 80s, came out with Star Tours and Captain EO. And then next thing you know, 20, 30 years later, Disney now owns Star Wars. It's better to use an IP you own than an IP you rent.
Yep.
Right. It's all about making that money. Money. That's good because, like, usually with shows, the money that they make off the shows go back into the shows so they can make more episodes, and pay the actors better monies, keep the show going, keep the energy going, all the going, flowing well. I don't know.
Energy going. That's right.
I don't know. When like KJ will be there one day. He'll be a full-fledged Nickelodeon show one day. Like
I've already wrote the theme song,
right,
multiple times over,
right. But the contract says he can't be sludged with green slime because it'll get in his jar and mess things up.
No, now that Disney owns Fox, this Matt Groening artwork that I look like, they're gonna probably change me over to look like some sort of Disney prince,
Right.
And no longer will I be in a jar. I'll probably be like in a castle or something.
So Disney bought Fox?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Disney owns Fox.
I believe that Disney is just recently outright bought Hulu. They have owned Hulu. They're just letting Hulu to be its own thing.
They own Hulu. Similar situation to the Elon Musk and Twitter thing. Disney bought into part of it. They wanted to buy the whole thing at first, and then there was a big old dispute about it because legal monopoly. But then Disney signed an agreement.
I was going to say, how is Disney getting away with essentially creating a giant monopoly?
There's legal monopolies. Technically, they wouldn't own into the whole system, which would be an illegal monopoly. So they bought Fox, they bought Hulu, and back in the day, like they bought a whole bunch of local television stations around. Then they bought ABC, and there was big old worry about then Disney creating a monopoly. But they just started buying into everything. I mean, that's been a way, particularly bigger companies get their IPs in order to make more money off of owning your own IP by buying IPs.
But that's what happened.
Because the mouse wants it all.
That's what happened in the late '90s when AT&T started buying up all the phone companies, and then they put a stop to it. It sounds like Disney's doing the same thing.
Yep.
To a certain degree.
Fox had some great, shows, and I mean, and now they're all going to go away because Disney's going to make them family friendly.
Well, I think they learned their lesson when they eliminated touch-tone home video that they needed an adult side.
Right.
With touch-tone, they had an adult side that they were able to put their product on. But when they eliminated touch-tone, pretty much they went straight to the children's content and stopped making as much adult content, and they kind of went down. But then
Even adults need time to sit back, relax, and watch cartoons.
Yeah, so they bought into other film companies again and production companies in order to have a different label. I think that's partly the reason why they bought Fox, is because when they had no more touch-tone.
Kevin G asks, how can we get rid of Disney? They buy everything and ruin them. Well, make a better product and enfranchise yourself way better than they are, so people think of you over Disney. That's the way they did it. It's the way you got to do it.
Yep.
First of all, you got to go to the bank and pull out $100 million.
$100 million, that's cheap change nowadays.
Yeah.
Entertainment business. That's barely one movie made.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but
What is it? $80 million? $80 billion is the most money spent on a movie, I think.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Much 80 billion?
Uh,
No, that's a lot of money for one movie. I can see 80 million.
Yeah, I think it's a more million is what they're spending. I don't think anybody's ever spent into the billions on a movie. If they have, then
right.
You know.
I said billions just because the B sounded funnier.
yeah, billion.
Well, you achieved your goal. It was funny.
But we do know that as we talked about with movies the other day when we were talking about movies and comic book origins, pretty much that flop that you didn't know about. We brought up Scott Pilgrim versus the World, which is a cult classic now. Technically, they spent $45 million on the movie and only made I think it was like 65 million in return. While that's a profit, it's still considered a flop.
All right, so I was just Googling it. The most expensive movie made in 2025 is likely to be Avengers Doomsday with a budget of $1 billion.
$1 billion.
What movie?
The Avengers Doomsday. So their casting is what's killing them right now because they're getting some A-lister actors back here. They're getting A-lister actors that they never had before, like Denzel Washington's confirmed in Black Panther 3. So he's definitely most likely going to show up in Doomsday for the character that he's rumored to be in. And holy cow, original actors from the original series with a lot of credit coming back and like street credit for Disney, where they're like, we know this guy, we trust this guy, we're going to bring him in, pay him a good penny, he deserves it.
See they need to bring in keep the big actors happy that are that are currently there. First of all, by not kill people off all the time, especially if they want to have their connected cinematic universe proper, but as they slowly reacquire their characters back via the methods that we just talked about a minute ago. They need to be able to keep that going. A lot of people don't like the recasting, and if Disney wants to play the fan casting, which has been a big thing lately by hiring these big name actors and making movies that are virtually you're paying more for the actors than you're paying for anything else. They've so far doing this by this exact concept. They've suffered. Disney's Marvel movies have suffered just because of big name casts, and they don't have enough money to pay their animation staff, their CG staff, their practical effects staff, and their costuming, and they just turn out to be like jank. I mean, the animation has been jank the last few movies with Disney.
Mm-hmm. Well, so KBG said something. I'm going to go back to this comment here. So we need to start promoting DreamWorks. Well, there's a trend that Disney's been doing. They're making their movies live action, and DreamWorks is doing that with How to Train Your Dragon. Who's following who? Who's following who here?
I mean, Shrek will still be 3D animated, thankfully.
One way to destroy Disney is to make the more Snow Whites. That's right. High cost to produce. No one watches.
Just hire Rachel, whatever her name is, to be weird, and just ruin every movie. That would be incredible.
So what we need to do is we need to find all the worst live action Disney movies and hype them up like Morbius and get them to relist it in theaters.
I mean, if you ask me, and I don't know if it's not out on like Disney Plus yet, but the way they did the movie, they did the ending so bad, and the main story of it's from the 2D to 3D, they missed the point of the original 2D movie.
Which movie?
Is Lilo and Stitch.
It's not out yet. It's just came out to theaters.
I know, but they missed. I've been watching a lot of reviews on it, and they missed the whole damn point of the 2D movie, which is found family.
Yeah,
and I'm like, really, you going to miss that point, and the endings will be totally different from the original ending?
Well, first of all, you should have issued a spoiler alert in that.
I didn't say what happened.
Well, no, you just gave away a plot issue, and There are
Yeah.
people like me who want to watch the movie. Should have said spoiler, Okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready to hear it now because he said spoiler. But now you're like, anybody who's watching and listening, and they're like, oh, I wonder what movie he's talking about. Oh, I wanted to see that movie. Now I don't want to see that movie. They just
Gonna
lost
have to
money.
put in the
Yep.
description spoiler ahead.
Right. It should be
Oh,
part of
my
the
bad.
opening. Caution, spoilers ahead.
Spoiler 29 minutes in.
I'd say it's even worse than the Snow White. How
No,
bad they missed the point on
no.
that.
No, I doubt it's worse than Snow
No,
White.
they did.
Stitch has made more money than Snow White already.
Oh yeah.
It
They
shouldn't
did.
have.
They did change a few things, which I didn't really like. Now I don't know if they changed it because of they wanted to make it simpler with character count. When they cut a few characters, I don't know if they changed it because they wanted to. When it came down to like who the characters were, because of animation being harder to do certain animations for certain characters. I mean, that's always going to be an issue, and Disney's been cheaping out on animation lately. It could be because of the. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Kev G says we just need to start supporting animators like KJCowboydan Productions.
Hey, you know what? We'll hire the best cartoonist that there is. If you can draw, we'll hire you.
Look, if you want to support them, there's this Ko-Fi link in the chat, and you know what?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Well, it popped up there by itself. Oh, that's on Twitch side. Yeah.
That's on the Twitch side.
Yeah.
I don't know. Time capsule. Ugh, I'm so done with this planet. I want to go back home. Hey, time capsule, what's up?
Hey, time capsule.
Time Capsule just did a classic Futurama Farnsworth quote.
Oh, really? I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Yeah, the quote is, "I don't want to live on this planet anymore."
So,
Time Capsule did a Futurama thing and didn't send me a message on Discord about it. Gee whiz.
Uh-huh.
so did,
Well, look, you can talk negative about Disney and stuff all the time, but you know what? They did bring us classics,
Oh, yeah.
Like
I think when people talk negative on Disney, I think when people do that, I grew up with the Disney brainwashing, so I'm a Disney adult. So like when I see the negative that Disney's going through now, it reminds me of how things were before Michael Eisner took over Disney. Disneyland itself was falling apart, going into the ghetto. The Walt Disney Corporation wasn't making anything good. Michael Eisner comes in, they pop out Little Mermaid, the Disneyland and all the theme parks start getting rebuilt. Sure, they had a blunder like those Disney arcades in Chicago that didn't turn out, and sure they had inappropriately named Disney Paris, but it improved. He improved the Walt Disney Company. It had after Walt Disney died, it just went downhill, and then after he left, it went downhill again, and now we're dealing with this second deadening with Bob Iger. It's more of the company. When Disney owned the company, it was like remember when WotC was its own thing and Wizards of the Coast didn't do the stuff that are taking people off by making people wait in a queue that's ultimately going to kick them out of the queue every 10 minutes if they have a weird internet connection or whatever. I was watching this whole thing with Wizards of the Coast, and everybody's like, things were better back when, and I'm like, but
well, the thing is that
it's not that.
People get into a thing. I don't know what else to call it, and they enjoy it, and it's great. And all of a sudden, it changes, and then the new thing goes on, and everybody always says, "Remember back when?" Remember this, remember. So, things have to change. They always do. I mean, it's unavoidable. I mean, you can't keep the same thing going because it dies.
I myself am a traditionalist when it comes to like visual aesthetics. Like when I'm going to watch like He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, I kind of want the same animation from 1985. But the problem is like as we get older, there's new generation of kids out there, and also new generation of artists who have different ways of drawing things.
Right.
And there's a big deal. Like one of the reasons that people didn't like certain TV shows. Like one of the reasons I was not a fan of Beast Wars was because they switched animation styles on me drastically. And it sent me into this world that this is not Transformers.
Hey, how dare you? How dare you talk about Beast Wars that way? Oh, my Lord. Go sit in the corner.
I technically am in the bottom corner.
Good, you can stay there. No, Beast Wars is my jam. So
no, it was a good show. It was just
some people didn't like the animation for sure.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I didn't like Beast Wars because it was a drastic change in animation. But that's what happens with each generation of things. It's not that sometimes they do make the shows worse or whatever by putting in also modern ideals and whatnot. But these are things that, to a certain degree, whether we want to call it inappropriate use of wokeness and political correctness or whatever, we have to change these things in order to sell to that new generation of 13 plus our child's video thing.
Right. KBG says, remember back when there was Saturday morning cartoons? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember watching the documentaries and stuff on why they got rid of it. It was sad. They thought kids were going to be lazy all their lives and eat nothing but junk food and buy toys.
Mm-hmm.
That's been a worry for a long time. But you know what made kids fat and eat junk food and online gaming?
Yes.
I'm looking at you, esports people. Esports. If it's an esport to shove a Twinkie down your throat every 20 seconds.
Well, look at this. Look at this. They made gaming so much easier. Like gaming's really made people more lazier in the long run, right? Not only can you game, you can make money off gaming, right? So you can sit there, not saying everybody, but you can sit there, play games, kind of get fat because you're eating unhealthy. But now you got Uber and other things that will deliver the food straight to your house. So you don't even have to leave the house. You can game until you hear a ding dong or a knock on the door.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel called out, but I'm not going to.
Damn it. Yeah. Yeah. I've seen some cartoons they make today. They're just awful. I mean,
hey, take that back. If I could play COD 5 hours, COD 5 hours a day.
Only the last two cartoons I enjoyed was Owl House and My Little Pony.
That's fun. Yeah. But yeah, Saturday morning cartoons were nuts.
They're just definitely not as good as they used to be.
Yep. Like believe me and KJ, X-Men was the shiz,
Yeah.
It's always Spider-Man in the animated series. That was the shit.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never liked Spider-Man. Ever.
What? You don't like Spider-Man? Never liked Spider-Man?
Never have.
Where's the block button?
There's no accounting for taste around here, apparently.
I appreciate it. I'm not even tell you the truth. Like, while
joking.
Spider-Man is one of the characters in the Marvelverse that's easiest to keep track of to
Right.
a certain degree, like I've always been a big fan of the B-level characters. I was really excited for Guardians of the Galaxy when it came out because it was a series that people didn't really read as much, and part of my trying to deal with one thing I always say: they don't own the characters. I had to deal with Guardians of the Galaxy because Star-Lord wasn't introduced to Guardians of the Galaxy for a long time.
Yeah.
He's a relatively new character, and so introducing Star-Lord in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie when they did, I was like, okay, well,
yeah, I seen that movie. I think I've seen the second one too. I kind of liked it.
But when it comes down to these older IPs,
Well,
like
where was a good one? Yeah, sorry.
I like seeing like the B-rate comic book characters. Spider-Man was, Superman overplayed.
Speaking of Superman, I can't wait for the Superman by James Gunn.
Poor
Hopefully
guy.
that'll be decent.
You love to be disappointed, don't you?
It can't be
They're
worse
doing
than
Guy
that.
Gardner Green Lantern, and then they're doing the costume wrong, completely
I mean,
wrong.
how many times?
Anyways, I'm just joking about Superman. The movie's gonna do whatever it's gonna do, but one X-Men character that I really wish they would have honed on in the movies a long time ago, which I think they're bringing up in the newer movies. Like one character I like just simply for design, but when I learned more about this character, I'm like, every time this guy show up, something interesting's happening in the X-Men universe. And that
I
was
know. Cable.
Mr. Sinister.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cable's clone brother.
So, yeah, because Mr. Sinister was involved with a
Oh
lot
no, not
of.
Mr. Sinister. No, sorry, I was thinking of I was thinking of the Executioner. Sorry,
Okay.
Mr. Sinister. That's Mystique's father.
Yeah.
I think he was the final boss of the Deadpool game.
Yeah,
Let
Mystique's
me
father. He had the
let me
little
double check
blue
that.
diamond on his forehead. I keep on.
But
forgetting
Mr.
about it.
Sinister did a lot of things to like create a lot of characters, and he's the reason why we got certain characters.
Yep. I also liked Sonic when it was a cartoon. I like that cartoon.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, Sonic the
The
Hedgehog.
one with Steve Urkel.
Sonic the Hedgehog. I think I've seen
Well,
one.
White.
Was he the voice of
More.
Sonic in that?
Yeah. The Steve
Yeah.
Urkel did the voice of Sonic
In the
first
1990s cartoon,
movie.
anyway.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Oh,
I
so
don't-
I just googled it, and yeah, Mr. Sinister was the final boss of the Deadpool game.
Real Wiz, what's up? Whoop, whoop.
Deadpool, what's up?
Yeah, like Sonic the Hedgehog was fun. I used to watch that. It was interesting. He loved chili dogs. Always had issues with Dr. Robotnik.
I always liked the
Nope.
Sonic Underground cartoon, which didn't live long, but could have been real good if they would have done it right.
Right.
Because
But nothing beat the Power Rangers craze we had, in the 90s.
I found a
Power
website to
Rangers,
watch
yeah.
the old version of the Japanese version of the of the Power Rangers. And then go through and start watching the older episodes that came out before I was born.
Yeah, bro. If we on cartoons, Adventure Time is the absolute greatest of all time, alongside regular show. Also, Dragon Ball is hilarious.
Well, Wiz, you loved Adventure Time. That was a good cartoon.
It was a good cartoon.
It's a good modern cartoon, anyway. And
But I missed the old days where cartoons try to sell you shit you didn't need.
Yeah.
Like Turtles showing you the cool weapons and they're very, for being ninjas, had a big blimp with the logo on it.
And also couldn't be called what they were called in the UK.
Right.
yeah,
Jesse, remember what I told you the Ninja Turtles were called in the UK?
What was that? The Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
Yes.
Because apparently we weren't a fan of Ninja. I am a hero turtle.
Yeah.
It doesn't even go
they
good
were-
as well. The theme song, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. It's like, whatever,
Hey,
man.
mute yourself there, Megan.
sorry.
Kevin G says Sonic Standard MTG set win. That'd be awesome.
That was
All
cool.
right.
They got enough characters for it too.
They're-
Yeah.
They're probably back speed, from
Yep.
Aether Drift. Make a
Can
weird
Dun,
set
dun,
of-
dun, 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 would be playing in my head every time I lay down a Sonic card.
Dun, dun, yeah.
Dun, dun.
Don't say that. Don't sing that song correctly. I can tell you from experience that is copyrighted. I was playing a Sonic game off my PlayStation a while back ago, and it got copyrighted for every single stage of songs I had.
Wow.
Dang.
Dang. Well, yeah. You could thank Metallica for that.
Well, I don't thank Metallica for that.
Be right back.
know?
No, I don't like. I like Metallica for some of their songs, and I appreciate that they wanted to take care of their music so they can make money.
Yeah.
But the fact that they made it a big issue on YouTube was ugh.
The fact that Metallica
But
has made big issues in music law for quite a bit since the whole Napster situation. Metallica backed that up, you know.
Right.
And
it makes sense why they care about it, because even if I can find a way, people can find a way to download music off YouTube. You know, that's why they have to do it. You know,
I understand.
like someone did that with Jurassic Park. If you don't remember that, someone made an inverted color version of Jurassic Park movie, uploaded it, people downloaded it, and just for the audio, found the video somewhere else and put it together and stole the movie. People were doing that kind of stuff. They're like, how many ways can I get something for free and illegal?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's anyway. That is so while we were talking about the movies, I was thinking about this. Have anybody seen the new Mission Impossible movie?
No.
I want to, but I haven't seen it.
Do people really care about the short little guy who acts like a mission guy? And what's his name? He's
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it's scientist, the Christian scientist guy.
Scientologist, but not scientist.
Scientologist.
I was just wondering.
Not a fan of Tom Cruise. Not a fan of Tom Cruise. Never been a fan of Tom Cruise. Never really cared for Mission Impossible.
I just don't care for his religion, but that's a whole nother story.
I wasn't bringing up his religion to make a point about his religion. It's one of those weird facts that stand out about him.
Yeah, it is weird about him. Yeah,
no, because I've been following Mission Impossible since the TV days.
Well, he like Mission Impossible started in your generation.
Yeah, and I like watching because they had all these gadgets that that didn't exist back in the 60s. They just made up these gadgets and did stuff, and then it evolved, and the show died after like 9 years or something. Then they came up with the movie, and I don't know when the first movie was made. I think it was the early 90s, maybe.
Yeah, early or late 90s. Yeah.
Chevy G asks, would it be weird if they made a Universes Beyond set where it was Cartoon Network shows all in one set? That'd be nuts.
Yeah, that would be
nuts. Did like a Hanna-Barbera set, or
Hanna-Barbera.
Did a Nickelodeon set, That'd be cool.
No, I wouldn't put nothing past Wizards for doing something like that, because they put SpongeBob into Magic.
I was going to say that would make absolute sense, because so I already had thought about this, and we talked about this actually on the show here in a piece of small talk not too long ago. Paramount does a lot of stuff with Hasbro.
Mm-hmm.
And so much, in fact, I think every Paramount thing has a toy on that they sell a toy for is put out through Hasbro. Big connection right there. Hasbro owns WotC. All right, so Cartoon Network, I believe, is a Warner Brothers product. But Warner Brothers, they do stuff with just about everybody. So you're going to see toys out there. I think it's Kenner that does the DC action figures, but I'm pretty sure because you see DC toys all over the place.
Kenner doesn't really exist anymos.
No, they don't exist anymore. Hasbro. All right, well, Hasbro. You see that these they do toy promos with everybody.
And I think it's Mattel who does DC. Let me check.
Man, might have been. I thought it was Kenner or something like that. Yeah. And but they get these collabs all the time with all these toy companies. I mean, the best way for these big companies to get toys out there is to work with other companies. So you get like Pop figures, and you get like these other smaller companies getting all these IPs.
I feel you. And yes, it's Mattel that makes DC. Yeah, because when it comes to the toy biz, I like to know who makes certain toys, like NECA and whatnot.
NECA was the one I was thinking of. Thank you.
So because I love my toys. If I find a really cool toy and if I can afford it, I will get it. Let's see. Miss Hillbilly says, I would love to have Hanna-Barbera, especially a Yogi Bear. That's right. He'd be a 2-mana 2/2 bear that made food tokens that you eat.
Yep.
And the flavor text would be, hey, boo boo, how about another picnic basket?
You got a kitty cat just storming up. Yeah. What's up? Why are you jumping on? Where are you jumping on?
Kitty cat. It wanted to make sure it didn't get forgotten about.
Yeah.
I am the ruler of this land. And I will slap you with my tail if you are not careful.
Can we get a set based on MTG Hillbilly's life? Oh my lord! Oh my lord! That's scary. You're trying to get people to enjoy the game, not get people to run away from the game.
Exactly.
All right. I mean, each basic land would be a buffet. Like be after a buffet, like here's J&D's buffet, here's the Italian buffet, here's the Japanese buffet, here's the Chinese buffet, here's the Korean buffet, here's the German buffet, and like all the lands, they make a food token,
Well, you wouldn't run out of life there. Limited life game.
That's right. It'd be awesome. Be awesome though.
Be awesome.
How would you make a set based off someone's life? That's the true question there. That's crazy. We're trying to get Hillbilly and Rednecks into the game. That's right. Right. Make those drunk tokens, moonshine tokens.
Moonshine tokens.
That's you get a moonshine token and you tap it, you gain 3 life, but you put a stun counter on your creature and tap it. That's funny. But anyways, my friends, thinking about moonshine counters and stun counters, we got to get to
hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the crew.
Too much to take. Show is lit. MTG3, are you game? Rise, creep, rise, building a following as we gain. Spitting fire like a dragon, no one can bring us down. MTG3 in the house, we own this town. Ripping through the beats with a fury.
Woo-wee! What a day, what a show, what a day with a flow.
Yes.
It is time to get to the shill section and music of the day section and all that fun sections. Yeah.
Yes.
And with that, we're going to start with the purple guy in the circle. Well, he's not purple. The circle's purple. He's blue, a little tan. Probably needs a little sun. Probably needs to step away from the computer for a bit. We got Mugenfool.
I'm back finally, and thank you. Yeah, I made it back on time. Yay!
The shill.
I don't know if I'm going to be streaming the game I'm going to get on the Tuesday, but if I do it, I have to be on Twitch, because I definitely can't stream it on YouTube, even though I've seen people playing it on YouTube.
Right.
I don't know why they are, but at least the demo anyway. But I'll probably be on Twitch then on that version.
Ooh. Let's check it out. Check it out. And with that, we're going to move over to the crazy cat lady, the one who's infamous for destroying cars and getting a gangsta on them. We got Hellwheeler.
Hey, everybody. It's me. Sorry,
right.
It sounds like I have a frog there in my throat. Right, frog removed. Anyway, tonight it is podcast night. And we are looking at some of the IPs that KJ and myself have created. And we're having a bit of chat about that and sort of all sorts, really. That's all revolves around things that, we have made and ideas. So we're chatting about that. And then obviously we have community game night afterwards. There is indeed a poll up in my Discord in polls and a poll up in KJ's Discord. Please bear in mind the one in KJ's Discord says 24 hours. It is not a 24-hour one. It's an 8-hour poll, but I'm not redoing it just to change the length. It will end when I end my one. But you can head there and let us know what you're thinking you might prefer tonight for community game night. And then we will choose between the two polls and work out. And that will be decided and announced for sure on the podcast tonight.
Yep.
So ignore the 24 hours. It's not 24 hours. Get your vote in now.
All right. Get your votes in now. And I vote KJ for president. What's up?
Yeah, me
KJ?
too. I second
Hey,
the motion.
howdy, hey, boys and girls. So, kjcowboydan here. As Jesse said, podcast night. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We're going to be having a lot of fun. Tomorrow, I will be hanging out with Mr. DJ Long here over on his channel. Join me for that fun. And then before that, though, I will be playing Mad Max. And we'll be doing that from 3 o'clock to 6.
Mad Max. Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, one more thing. And also for those people who want to join for my birthday on Jesse and I's show, Procrastinating Across the Oceans, July 2nd. We are looking for roasters. We're doing a roast on me. So if you want to hurl some insults in a humorous fashion in an old school Dean Martin style roast, contact either Jesse or myself, and you can get to be a guest or be able to send in a video of your roast. Feel free to contact Jesse or me via Discord.
All right. Don't forget to bring your barbecue sauce, your hot sauce, your Worcestershire sauce, and your horseradish sauce. It's going to be a good roasting of KJ Cowboy Dan. Oh, wait, wrong
Saucy.
people. And then thinking of Saucy and thinking of Muppets and all the Muppet songs out there, we got a Hillbilly.
Hey, everybody.
Good morning.
Unfortunately, arena broke yesterday. It went down, but it's back up. And today, this afternoon, is going to be Community Day, Community Afternoon, where you can come by arena and challenge me to a game. Did it yesterday. I tried it, but arena broke, so I'm doing it today. So that's what the plan is for today is play against my viewers. So if you want to play a game of Standard on Arena, come on by the channel. Challenge me to a game.
That sounds good. Sounds good. And thinking of people on their channels, we got Could You Do? It's a song.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's good to be on the show. I get on when I can, but I do follow it. I got a song of the day. I know you guys are all waiting on Weighted Breath. I don't know if you heard of this album. This is Led Zeppelin Presence. I think it's their 6th album. Anyway, song of the day is Candy Store Rock, because we all like candy. So that's it. I don't know. I enjoy the show. I enjoy listening to stuff I don't know about, but it's great. I learned something about the past. I learned something about the future. So it's a great show. Super fast and with your company of friends. So that's what I gotta say. Peace and love, peace and love. Pass it on.
Pass it on. It is Super Fast Tortoise. You can't thwart us because everybody going to go forward with this. That I want you to like this video, subscribe to this channel. If you want to see content like this every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time for an hour, you get to hang out with us. For an hour, you get to hang out with us. You get to be with us, chill with us, chat with us, be all with us. We talk about magic most of the time, but 2 days a week, it's just chat and chill for the thrill, everybody. And with that, I want to thank everybody for being on the show. I want to thank Mugenfool, Hellbilly, Hellwheeler, KJ, Could You Do for being on the show today. Everybody in chat, you rock your world. Thank you for filling up the chat with all your words, your thoughts, your questions, and everything you did. You guys are amazing. You guys rock. And I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for being a member, who are members of the channel, and everybody who's a subscriber to the channel. You guys rock. You guys roll. And liking the video, sharing the video. You guys make this happen all the time. With that, we need to get to the sweet, sweet outro.
Start the morning with coffee in your cup. Time to hang out with friends and chat it up. Bring a smile and good luck. Hit that like button and let's chat it up. Good times start with us, you and me. Good morning, welcome to the morning coffee show. Let's talk from in the shell and share to the morning car.